Marcus Bell pushed his mop across the marble floor of Haldane Tower. The lobby gleamed under morning light. Executives in tailored suits walked past him like he was invisible. He didn't mind. Being invisible meant peace. Marcus was 34, tall, with kind eyes that had seen too much. His navy uniform read Janitorial Services in small white letters. He wore it like armor. "Hey, mop guy!" A young broker named Chad snapped his fingers. Someone spilled coffee near the elevators. "Chop chop." Marcus nodded. "On it." He didn't argue. He never did. He had a reason bigger than pride waiting for him at home. Her name was Zoe. 7 years old. Missing her mother every night since the cancer took her. Marcus finished his shift at 3. He walked the 8 blocks to Lincoln Elementary because the bus fare added up. Zoe waited on the front steps, her pink backpack too big for her small shoulders. "Daddy!" She launched herself into his arms. "Hey, baby girl. How was school?" "Mrs. Parker said I did the best drawing." Zoe held up a paper. A stick figure family. 3 people. One was in the sky with wings. Marcus swallowed hard. "It's beautiful." At the apartment, he made grilled cheese. Zoe talked about her science project, a model of the solar system. She needed poster board, glitter, and small foam balls. $23 total. Marcus checked his wallet. $11 until Friday. "We'll figure it out, baby." That night, after Zoe fell asleep clutching her mother's old scarf, Marcus sat at the kitchen table. Bills stacked like broken bricks. Rent overdue. Zoe's medicine, she had asthma, almost empty. His phone buzzed. A message from his supervisor. "Extra shift tomorrow. 6 a.m. Executive floor. Pays double." Marcus exhaled. Relief. The next morning, he arrived before sunrise. The 47th floor smelled like leather and money. He was cleaning a private conference room when the door opened behind him. A woman walked in. Tall. Elegant. A camel coat over a black dress. Her eyes were sharp but tired. She stopped when she saw him. "I'm sorry," Marcus said, stepping back. "I'll come back later." She studied him. Not the uniform. Him. "Are you the one who fixed the broken picture frame last week?" she asked. "On the CEO's desk." Marcus paused. "I only straightened it. It was crooked." She smiled softly. "That frame holds my father's photo. He passed last year. No one else noticed it was crooked." Marcus didn't know what to say. She extended a hand. "I'm Elena." He shook it, unsure why his heart was pounding. "Marcus." Neither of them knew that handshake would change everything. Elena started appearing on Marcus's floor more often. She brought coffee. 2 cups. She never asked why he always looked tired. She just handed him the second cup and asked about his day. "You always work early," she said one morning. "Have to. Got a daughter waiting after school." Elena's eyes softened. "How old?" 7. Her name's Zoe. Smart as anything. Draws like a real artist. Elena leaned against the wall, sipping her coffee. "And her mother?" Marcus paused. "Passed. 2 years ago." Elena didn't say sorry. She didn't offer pity. She just nodded, like she understood a language most people didn't speak. "My father died last year," she said. "Some days I still walk into his office expecting him there." Marcus met her eyes. "It doesn't leave. You just carry it different." She smiled. A real one this time. Over the next weeks, Elena stopped by the janitor's break room. She brought sandwiches. Asked about Zoe's science project. When Marcus mentioned the poster board, a package appeared the next morning at the reception desk: glitter, foam balls, and a small telescope. No note. Marcus knew. But he didn't ask. Zoe screamed with joy when she saw the telescope. "Daddy, it's the whole universe." Marcus laughed for the first time in months. At the office, he noticed Elena in a heated call. Something about a merger. A voice on the speaker, male, loud, angry, said, "Elena, if you don't sign this by Friday, we walk." She hung up and rubbed her temples. Marcus was mopping nearby. He hesitated, then spoke gently. "My grandma used to say, when the storm's too loud, sit still. It always passes." Elena looked up at him. Her eyes glistened. "Thank you, Marcus." "For what?" "For treating me like a person." He nodded. "You do the same for me." "Not many people do." That Friday, Elena knocked on the break room door. "Come with me for a minute." She led him to a private balcony overlooking the city. The wind pulled at his uniform. "I don't get up here much," Marcus admitted. "Neither do I anymore," Elena said. "Too many meetings. Too many wolves in suits." She turned to him. "Marcus, can I ask you something honest?" "Sure." "If you had the chance to change everything, your job, your life, would you?" He thought a moment. "Not everything. Just the parts that hurt Zoe." Elena stared at him for a long moment. Then she reached into her purse and pulled out an ID badge. She placed it in his hand. "Full building access. All floors. All departments. Come to the 60th floor Monday morning," she said. "There's something you need to know." Marcus stared at the card, his heart pounding. Monday morning came heavy. Marcus wore his cleanest janitor uniform. He couldn't afford anything else. He held Elena's badge tight in his pocket like it might disappear. The elevator climbed to the 60th floor. When the doors opened, everything changed. Glass walls. Marble desks. A wall of screens showing global markets. A woman at the reception looked up. Her name tag read Cynthia. Her smile vanished the second she saw him. "Deliveries are on the loading dock," she said flatly. "I'm here to see Elena." Cynthia laughed. "You mean Miss Halden?" "Sweetheart, that's not how this works." Marcus held up the badge. Cynthia's eyes narrowed. Before she could speak, a man appeared behind her. Tall. Silver hair. A cold, practiced smile. "Well, well," he said. The janitor found his way upstairs. "Marcus Bell, sir. Miss Halden asked me to come." The man extended his hand. "Richard Vance. Chief Operating Officer. And current fiancé of Miss Halden." The word hit Marcus like a slap. "Fiancé." He shook Richard's hand slowly. "Elena's in a meeting," Richard said, checking his watch. "But she mentioned you. Said you'd been very helpful." His tone dripped with something ugly. "I should go," Marcus said. No, no. Please. Stay. Richard smiled wider. Have a seat. Marcus Saturday. Cynthia whispered into her phone. 10 minutes later, security appeared. Sir, one guard said, we're going to need you to come with us. Marcus stood, confused. What's happening? Richard held up a small pouch. Cynthia found this in the janitor's cart this morning. A diamond bracelet worth $11,000. Miss Haldon's personal property. Marcus felt his knees weaken. I've never seen that in my life. Then how did it end up in your cart, Mr. Bell? I don't know. Someone put it there. Richard shook his head, false sadness in his eyes. Elena will be so disappointed. They walked Marcus out through the front lobby. Every executive stared. Chad the broker smirked. Knew he was trouble. Outside, on the sidewalk, Marcus's uniform was stripped of the company logo. Fired. Blacklisted. He tried to call Elena. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. At 3 o'clock, he walked to Lincoln Elementary. Zoe ran to him with her drawing. Daddy, guess what? I got picked for the science fair. He hugged her tight. Too tight. Daddy, are you okay? Yeah, baby. Daddy's just tired. That night, an eviction notice was taped to his door. Zoe's asthma inhaler hissed empty in her hand at 2 a.m. She wheezed. Marcus held her, terrified. He drove to the hospital in a car with a broken heater. The nurse asked for insurance. He had none. Please, Marcus whispered. She's all I have. Somewhere across the city, a phone finally lit up in Elena Haldon's hand. She read the missed calls. 23. Her face went pale. Elena arrived at the hospital at 3:47 a.m. She wore no makeup. Her hair was tied back. She looked like a woman who had run. She found Marcus in the waiting room, staring at nothing. Zoe was stable, sleeping on oxygen behind the glass. Marcus. Her voice cracked. He didn't look up. You knew he was your fiancé. Elena sat beside him. He was. 6 months ago. I ended it. He refused to accept it. He said you told him I was helpful. I never told him anything about you. Her voice was ice now. He's been watching me. Reading my messages. Following me. Marcus finally looked at her. He set me up, Elena. Diamond bracelet. Cameras probably show nothing. He got me fired. Blacklisted. My daughter, his voice broke. My daughter almost died tonight because I couldn't afford her medicine. Elena's eyes filled with tears. She reached for his hand. He didn't pull away. But he didn't hold on either. I never wanted charity, Marcus said. I just wanted to be seen. I see you, Marcus. I always have. She stood up and made 3 phone calls. Her voice changed, sharper, cold as steel. She spoke to lawyers, to security, to the chairman of the board. By sunrise, Zoe was released. Elena paid every bill. When Marcus tried to refuse, she said, "This isn't charity. This is a mistake I'm correcting." She drove them home in a black SUV. When they reached the apartment, an eviction notice fluttered on the door. Elena tore it down. "Pack a bag," she said. "Both of you." You're not staying here another night. Elena? Please, Marcus. Trust me. He looked at Zoe. She was smiling up at Elena, holding her small hand. Okay, he whispered. 3 days later, Marcus stood in a conference room on the 60th floor. This time in a suit Elena's tailor had made overnight. Zoe sat beside him, swinging her legs, drinking hot chocolate. Richard Vance walked in confidently. His confidence died the moment he saw the room. The entire board. Security footage on the screen. A different angle from a hidden camera near the executive suites. The footage showed Richard placing the bracelet in Marcus's cart at 5:47 a.m. Richard's face went white. Elena, we can talk about this. We already talked, Elena said. 6 months ago. When I ended things. You've stalked me, harassed my staff, and now framed an innocent man. Security grabbed him. Police were waiting outside. As Richard was led away, he spat, "You'll regret choosing him." Elena stepped forward, calm as morning. No, Richard. I finally chose me. Marcus felt Zoe squeeze his hand. He looked down. She was smiling like she already knew everything was going to be okay. He looked at Elena. And she looked back at him like he was seen. Truly seen. 6 months later. The rooftop helipad of Halden Tower shimmered under afternoon sun. Marcus stood in a charcoal suit, straightening his tie. Zoe stood beside him in a white dress, her hair in careful braids. She held a small bouquet of daisies. Daddy, are you nervous? A little, baby. Don't be. Mommy in heaven says Elena is a good one. Marcus knelt down. His eyes filled. She told you that? Zoe nodded seriously. In my dream. She said thank you for finding her. Marcus hugged his daughter. Tight. Real. The helicopter blade slowed. Elena stepped out first, her hair swept in the wind. She was radiant in a soft blue dress, laughing as she reached back for Marcus's hand. Below, on the plaza, the annual Halden Charity Gala was in full swing. Hundreds of executives, reporters, and staff waited under a white tent. Marcus and Elena stepped down together, Zoe between them. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Chad the broker's mouth dropped open. Cynthia the former receptionist looked like she'd seen a ghost. Is that the janitor? Elena raised a microphone with a soft smile. For those who don't know Marcus Bell, allow me to introduce you. 6 months ago, he taught me something no boardroom ever could. That kindness is louder than power. That a good man doesn't need a title. That the way you treat someone who can do nothing for you tells the world exactly who you are. The crowd was silent. Today, I'm proud to announce Marcus is joining Halden Enterprises as the director of our new Community Empowerment Foundation. He'll oversee a $50 million initiative to help single parents afford childcare, medicine, and education. Applause thundered. Marcus took the mic. His hands trembled a little. I used to mop these floors, he said. Some of you looked right through me. That's okay. I forgive you. But next time you see someone in a uniform, look them in the eye. Say good morning. You never know whose story you're standing next to. Zoe tugged his jacket. He picked her up. And this, he said, voice breaking, this is my daughter. My whole reason. Everything I have, everything I am, it's because she believed in me when no one else did. Elena wiped a tear from her cheek. Later, they walked together through the tower lobby. Marcus glanced at the same spot where he used to mop coffee spills. He smiled. Some journeys start with a mop. Some end with a helicopter. But the real gift is the people who see you along the way. Zoe skipped ahead, laughing. Elena slid her hand into Marcus's. He held it tight. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.